Hello. It's good to see you. I have on not one stitch of makeup, and I'm going to sit here and read to you because it's 9:30 at night, and it's literally the first time today I have had enough peace and quiet to actually be able to read to you. So instead of going to bed, I'm going to read because I want to. Now, we are up to page 312. We're at chapter 72. So we're not quite halfway through the story, but we're getting there. For those of you who think it's too long. Okay. And I'm going to make corrections if I find anything as I go. Chapter 72. After some time, Aiden returned to the parking lot to discover that Lydy's car was gone. He stood there, confused, looking around. "I can't see her," he said out loud, and he closed his eyes. "I can't see her." He returned to Jerry's apartment. Jerry was stretched out on the sectional sofa, surrounded by snacks, watching TV. Seeing Aiden there, he sat up. "Hey man, you don't look so good." Aiden sat down beside him. "I don't feel well," he said. "Do you want an aspirin or something?" "Wait a minute. Who is it that can't take aspirin?" "Children under 12, Aiden said, rubbing his temples. "Angels, too. I appreciate the offer, but I just need a minute." "Did you and Lydy get into a fight or something? I've never seen you like this. You're all pasty and weird looking. No offense." "I'll figure it out." "Amber's gone to get her hair done." Jerry glanced at his watch. "Are you hanging out here long, or were you just stopping by?" "Why do you ask?" "I mean, not for any reason. I was just curious." He started gathering up the bags of chips. "I was thinking of maybe going to the club for a bit." "Anything I can help with?" Aiden asked. Daniel appeared from the kitchen and took the snacks. "Can you lay out something decent for me to wear?" Jerry called after Daniel as Daniel headed back toward the kitchen. Daniel came back. "Of course. For the club?" "Yeah." "And you'll be showering first?" Jerry sniffed his armpits. "Do I need a shower?" Daniel and Aiden both said yes. "Hey, it was hot in that kitchen at the homeless center place. Amber had me there all frickin' morning." "What do you plan to do at the club?" Aiden asked. "Nothing. I just want to go check things out. There's no need for you to go, so go make up with Lydy or whatever. You don't need to go down there." "You look pretty settled in when I arrived," Aiden said. "Now you're suddenly leaving?" Jerry got up and gestured to his watch. "I didn't realize how late it had gotten. I need to get going." "Do you need to be there at a particular time?" "No, Why are you questioning me? You sound like my mom. I'm just going to go hang out there for a little while. No big deal." Jerry walked away toward his room. Aiden and Daniel exchanged a glance before Daniel followed Jerry. Aiden waited in the living room. Jerry returned about 45 minutes later, showered, shaved, and dressed in a nice suit. "Okay, I'm out." He walked toward the elevator. "Have a good time," Aiden said. "Yep." Jerry stepped into the elevator, pushing the button to make the doors close faster. Daniel came in the room with a cleaning cloth and started wiping down the coffee table. "He was acting funny when he came home from the shelter," he said. "I don't know why." "Amber does have a hair appointment," Aiden said. "I offered to pay for it, but she refused." "I like her," Daniel said. Aiden frowned. "He doesn't deserve her." "You're going to the club?" "Of course, in a bit. I'll give him time to get there." Aiden went up on the roof and looked out over the city. He closed his eyes and smiled. "There you are." Feeling a little more reassured, he climbed into the city swing to make a few trips around. He nestled into the pillows and relaxed. Chapter 73. Jerry stepped off the elevator and stopped in his tracks. He squinted at the backlit figure standing just a few feet away. The sun was setting behind this person, lighting them up like a blazing fire. "Hello?" "Jerry, it's me." The figure approached. "Sticky. Remember?" "Oh, yeah. Hey, man. I was wondering if you had a couple of dollars to spare." Sticky moved closer at a quick pace. Jerry took a step back and reached in his pants pocket. "Here, can you step back a little? Let me see what I have." He pulled a roll of bills out of his pocket. "You make me a bit nervous." Yeah, so can I get some help? I just need a little bit of money. He moved back slightly. I need help to get by, just for today. Jerry peeled off $200 bills and held them out. How's that? Have you got any 5s or 10s? Singles? Hundreds are hard to break. I hate to be... Jerry wrapped the hundreds back around the roll and pressed the entire thing in Sticky's hands. Take all of it. I don't know what's in there, but maybe some of it's smaller bills. Oh, man, thank you. Are you sure? Jerry was already walking away, discreetly pulling a wet nap out of his jacket pocket to clean his hands. No sweat, he called out without looking back. Dude, you need to be traveling with a bodyguard, Sticky said, fanning the money out to inspect it. Jerry got into his car and yelled, "Nah, I'm good," before closing the door and driving away. A very eager valet was waiting for him at the club. He sprang into action as soon as Jerry pulled up, and he opened the driver's side door with a flare. Jerry handed him a $50 bill. "You're really hustling for these tips this evening, Tom," he said as he exited the vehicle. Tom practically bowed when he accepted the money, then took the car away. Women were always anxious to greet Jerry when he entered the club. He wondered if it was organic or something that Aiden had conjured up. Whatever it was, he decided not to question it too much. He looked one of the women up and down. "Nice. Did I hire you? I don't recall meeting you before." "You did," she said. "You seriously don't remember? Maybe you can help refresh my memory." She smiled and flashed her bare breasts. "Oh, the kitty cat tattoo. Okay, Gracie, right?" She pulled her top back up and winked at him. "You got it." Jerry walked through the lobby, past the grand staircase, and down a dimly lit hallway. He moved slowly, pausing at every doorway along the way and looking inside. A sing-song voice trailed down the hallway toward him. "Jerry." Jerry quickened his pace and followed the sound as it echoed and bounced on the walls on either side of him. "Oh, Jerry." "I'm coming. Where are you?" "You're getting warmer." Finally, he found her in the last room on the left. She smiled at the sight of him standing in the doorway. "Oh, you're burning up," she said. All he could do was stand there and take it in. She was lying on a large canopy bed, draped in burgundy silk, a devilish grin, and nothing else. He shifted his weight from one foot to the other and clasped his hands together. "My goodness, you look..." "Uh-huh," she said. "Come on in and close the door." Chapter 74. Angels can sleep. It's usually a light sleep because they're always on the job, but they do sleep. They can dream, too. Most of their dreams deal with memories of happier times in the past, almost like a daydream. It's a wonderful memory, a break from the reality that they eventually have to wake up to. The city swing lulled Aiden to sleep. Too much had happened, and he was worn out. He dreamt that a soft, delicate hand touched his cheek. It felt so familiar and so lovely. "Aiden, it's time to go," he heard a woman's voice say. He turned his head slightly to the left and nuzzled his face into a pillow. "Not now, Portia. Come lie down with me." Soft laughter tickled his ears. "There's no time for that. Come on, you have work to do, remember?" "I'm tired of this place. Let's go skating." The voice took on a harder tone. "Aiden, let's go." Aiden opened his eyes and sat up to find no one there. The swing had come to a stop at the landing. He took a moment to collect his thoughts and then transported himself to the club. He felt a strange energy in the building as soon as he arrived. People were milling about. It was always fairly busy, but Jerry was nowhere to be found. Aiden grew more and more frustrated. Something in the building was inhibiting his natural ability to locate the person he was looking for, forcing him to search every room one at a time. "Hey, down here." He heard, or felt, he wasn't sure which, a voice leading him down a hallway on the first floor. "Keep coming. I got a surprise for you, dear." The last door on the left had a golden, glowing light shining underneath and around the edge. "Come on in." Aiden grabbed the doorknob and noticed that it felt warm. Everything inside of him told him to go, leave. He opened the door anyway. In the room, he saw the bed, the tangled sheets, and a naked Jerry in the arms of a woman that Aiden did not recognize. Jerry looked up and saw Aiden standing there. He grabbed a sheet to try to cover himself. "Hey, knock before you come in." Aiden reached back, brushed his hand along the surface of the door, and knocked on it twice. "Not helpful, Aiden." Jerry threw a pillow at him. "Aren't you going to introduce me to your friend?" "Get out!" The woman, completely nude, got up and approached Aiden, extending her hand. "My name is Justice." Jerry patted his hair down. Yeah, Justice. I bumped into her here." Aiden kept his eyes on Jerry. "You certainly did." Justice crawled back in bed and snuggled up with Jerry. "He said he couldn't get me off his mind," she said, almost purring. "He just had to come see me." "I told you there was no need for you to come here," Jerry said to Aiden. "You don't have to follow me around and check up on me like I'm some kind of—" "It's okay," Aiden said. "I'm leaving." "Don't tell Amber," Jerry called out, but Aiden had already vanished. Aiden went back to Jerry's apartment. Daniel was there working on a meal plan for the upcoming week. He looked up as soon as Aiden appeared and nodded. "I wish I hadn't gone there," Aiden said. "Why?" "He was in bed with another woman." Daniel huffed. He looked at his dinner plans for the following night. "Idiot." "I should have known," Aiden said. "I couldn't see it, but I should have seen it." "It's to be expected with guys like that," Daniel said. Aiden stared absent-mindedly at the papers spread out on the kitchen table. "This whole thing is infuriating." "The meal plans?" "No, everything about this situation is wrong. The way it's going, the way I feel, everything." "What are you going to do?" "I'm going to let it play out. Keep going and see what happens." "What if Lydy decides she's done with you for good?" "Then I'll spend the rest of my time here trying to change her mind." Aiden waited at the apartment until Jerry returned. He greeted Jerry as he stepped out of the elevator. Jerry seemed uncomfortable. "Did you hear me say that Is Amber here?" "No," Aiden said. "I sent Daniel away too." "Oh, good. Right when you left, I said, 'Don't tell Amber.' Did you hear me?" "I didn't have to, Jerry. My job is to make your time here as enjoyable as possible." Jerry started to walk past, but Aiden stopped him. "Enjoyable is subjective, you know." "What are you getting at?" "Amber is a wonderful person," Aiden said. "Look at what you had to do to even have a chance with her. I don't mean to bring you down by mentioning that, but I'd hate for you to lose sight of how great she is." "I've been thinking about that. You know what she told me? She said that it was my confidence that she liked, not any of the stuff you've done. You literally could have helped me by just giving me a push to go talk to her. There's no need to, do the deal." Aiden crossed his arms and raised an eyebrow. "And where did you get the confidence that she found so attractive?" "Well, that was from—" "Whatever. Look, just don't say anything to her. Man, I couldn't help it. Did you see her?" "I can't," Aiden said. "What do you mean you can't?" "You can't keep quiet or you can't see her." Aiden walked toward the sofa and gestured for Jerry to have a seat. "She's a blank slate," Aiden said. "A wall." "I don't follow you." "I can't get a read on her like I can with other humans. Something's off." "That's 'cause she's hot," Jerry said. "No, it's—" Aiden stopped like he'd lost his train of thought. He sat there staring into Jerry's face. "Dude, stop looking at me like that." He blinked a few times. "No. Everything is fine. We're fine." "Huh?" Aiden patted Jerry on the knee and stood up. "Don't worry about a thing. Your secret is safe with me. I won't speak of it to anyone." Jerry stood up. "Listen, I know Amber's great. I really do. I think I have serious feelings for her. But Justice? Oh, God, I can't stop thinking about her. It's driving me crazy, and that's why I had to go see her." Aiden smiled, his eyes vacant. Jerry imagined him as a puppet or a wind-up toy and had to stifle a laugh. "You're fine," Aiden said. "Don't worry. Do whatever you feel you need to do." "I just need some time to figure this all out. Can you help me?" I'll do what I can, Aiden said. That's all I ask. I just need to see, where my heart truly lies and stuff, like in the Hallmark movies. Heart truly lies, Aiden whispered. Do what? Take all the time you need. Your secret's safe with me. Aiden left Jerry's apartment and went to Lydy's house. It was dark, but he knew she was out on the back deck. Invisible to her, he walked around to the back of the house and saw her sitting in a folding chair, surrounded by lit citronella candles. She was smoking a cigarette and staring at a blank notepad. Crumpled balls of paper were scattered around her feet. Not your everyday card, Lydy muttered to herself. She wrote those words in the notebook. I can't believe somebody's not doing this already. She drew a line down the middle of the page and began a list. Generic, not sappy Mother's Day and Father's Day cards. To check off a box, not because you want to send it. Wondering why you ghosted me. Glad you're finally moving out. She stopped and looked straight out at the trees in her backyard, lit up by the porch light. Cards for people who can't find the card they're looking for. Ugh, that's too long of a slogan to put on a display. Screw it. She ripped the page out, balled it up, and tossed it down with the rest. This is stupid. Why can't I come up with anything anymore? A small orange cat cautiously approached the steps leading up to the deck. Lydy glanced down and saw the tip of its tail first as it climbed the steps. Well, hey there! She set the notepad and pen on the table next to her chair and put her cigarette out in an ashtray on the same table. Come here, little fella. What are you? You're cute. That's what you are. The cat came up onto the deck and rubbed around her legs. What a good kitty. It reached up and pawed at her legs just above the knees. Lydy reached down and gently grasped the cat under its front legs. Come here. You're coming up. She held the small cat aloft for a moment, inspecting its nether regions. You're too fluffy for me to tell what you are. So cute, though. The cat let out a little meow, and she brought it in close and held it like a baby. It stared at her, and she stared right back. Oh, hang on a minute. She squinted and looked closer. It's you. It's you. Aiden, seriously. Lydy set the cat down and returned to her seat. Lighting another cigarette, she shook her head and grunted. The cat just stood there looking confused. It is you, isn't it? Or am I losing my mind? The cat remained silent for a moment and then began taking a bath. I'm going crazy. That's all. I'm losing my creativity and my mind. Awesome. Hey, cat. The cat looked up and trilled at her. You want a treat? Here, hang on a minute. She came back out a minute later with a piece of lunch meat. Sorry, this was all I could find, unless you like Diet Coke or relish. She dropped a piece of the lunch meat on the deck and stepped back. The cat inspected it, sniffed it, and then looked back up at Lydy. What? Were you expecting something else? That, Diet Coke, and relish is all I have to offer at this moment. I need to go to the store. Actually, hold on. She went back inside and reemerged with an open Slim Jim, but the cat had disappeared. It was nowhere to be seen. Lydy took a bite of the Slim Jim, chewed on it, and sighed. Dang it, Aiden. Just show yourself if you want to hang out. You know I don't like it when you do that shit. Nothing happened. She finished the Slim Jim and stuffed the wrapper in her pocket. You never show up when I want you to. Huh. There's a good idea for a card. Not very heartwarming, but there it is. Chapter 75. Did I want him to come around? Not really. Well, yes and no. Nothing seemed to flow properly most of the time when we were together at that point. Life has its bumps and ups and downs, yeah, but overall it should flow along pretty much the same most of the time. That's how it's been for me. Maybe I've just been lucky and most people don't experience that. I don't know. It does seem like some people really have chaotic lives, so maybe that's more normal than I initially thought it was. I enjoyed Aiden's company. I just hated all the weird crap that had started coming with it. Even back in the days in the church, it wasn't this messy. Thinking about everything that went on back there, right under my nose, I still can't believe it sometimes. Aiden kept everything in check. Why can't he do it now? I wondered as I stood out there looking for what I assumed was Aiden in cat form. The cat never showed up again. I'm pretty sure it was him, but by the time I saw him again about 3 weeks later, I'd forgotten about it. We were definitely into the Christmas season when he showed up again. How'd he show back up? By tapping me on the shoulder while I was standing in line at Walmart. Not very elaborate or romantic, but there he was. I turned around to see who it was. He gave me a weak smile. You, I said. What are you doing here? I came to see how you're doing. We need to talk, I said, but not here. Let me pay for this stuff and we'll talk outside. He glanced ahead of me at the long line. Let me take care of that for you. No, I'll go through like normal. Don't bippity-boppity-boo a solution for me. I got it. The line inched forward. We stood side by side in awkward silence. Well, it was awkward for me. You literally said lying to you, I muttered under my breath. Pardon? We'll talk about it outside. You seem to be interested in talking about it here. I'm not. I was just remembering what happened and what you said. That's why not here, I said. I can't concentrate in here. It's too noisy and crowded. A baby in line with his mom behind us started screaming. Aiden saw me wince. Come on, he said, nudging me. I rolled my eyes. Okay, fine, but charge my debit card for all this stuff. I'm not a thief. And can you bag it? Done. I looked at all the stuff in my cart. It was all neatly bagged up. Okay, good. We got out of line and headed for the exit. This still feels wrong. Did you charge my card? The receipt's in your left back pocket. I pulled the receipt out and waved it around like a flag over my head as we pushed the cart out the door. He followed me out to my car. It was dark and cold out there. We started loading the bags into my trunk. What is this stuff? He asked. It's for an ungifting with the magazine people. It's stupid. Don't worry about it. Aiden put the cart away, and we decided that I'd be more comfortable talking in the car with the heater on. He offered to take me out to dinner, but after our last experience in a restaurant, I really wasn't interested. I made a fuss of fiddling with the air vents. Aiden waited patiently, and that irritated me because I wanted him to speak first. So what happened? I finally asked. At the restaurant? Lydy, I truly don't know. Has Denali been able to find out anything yet? I haven't seen him, which leads me to believe he hasn't. Where have you been all this time? He blinked at me. You said you needed time to yourself. Did I misunderstand you? I glanced at myself in the rearview mirror and patted down some stray hairs. No, I did say that, but some sort of explanation for the last thing you said to me would have been nice. It's been bugging me this whole time. This may be hard for you to believe, but I have no memory of anything that happened inside that restaurant. I remember walking toward the door, and then I have no recollection of anything other than returning to the parking lot to look for you. The car was gone. I couldn't see you anywhere. That's because I got in my car and went back home, I said. No, he said, I couldn't see you anywhere. It's like you ceased to exist for a little while. What the hell are you talking about? I can always see people no matter where they are. Humans have a mind's eye. Angels have something similar but better. It's like watching a little movie in my head. All I have to do is think of a person and I can see where they are, what they're doing, who they're with, everything. Wow, that's wild. Can you do that with anybody? Any human, yes. How about other angels? Do y'all spy on each other? It's complicated, but yes, sometimes. But you said you couldn't see me. I lost the ability. I also developed a headache. Angels can have headaches? Sort of. That sucks, I said. But obviously you got the seeing ability back at some point. You're here. It only went away for a little while. We sat there in silence for a moment, watching a man load cases of soft drinks into an SUV. Why would you say lied to you? I asked. You said it to me like a whisper. But I know that's what you said. I don't know. I haven't lied to you about anything, I swear. You keep saying that, and then something happens that makes me doubt it. Lydy, see, here's my problem, I said. I really do enjoy spending time with you, and it's great that you're here, but it's not like it used to be. You remember how it was in Dalton Fisher? We could hang out and nothing bizarre happened to ruin it. Well, most of the time anyway. You were miserable there. Yeah, that's true, but not because of anything that happened while we were together. It just sucked up there. What are you saying, Lydy? I'm saying... I turned to look at him. I'm saying that I want it to be like it used to be. He laughed and nodded. Amen to that. I mean, we have good times that we can actually enjoy. How can we make that happen? He asked. You're asking me? I was hoping you would know. You normally have all the answers. Not this time, I'm afraid. I slapped my hands down on my lap. It's the universe. It's screwing with us. Or you. Or me. It has to be. I slid the sunroof open and sat up as much as I could in my seat. What are you doing? Aiden asked. I'm going to make a declaration. I cupped my hands around the sides of my mouth and shouted through the sunroof. All right, universe. That's enough. We'd appreciate it if you'd knock this shit off. I closed the sunroof and got back down in my seat. There. That ought to do it. If only it were that simple, Aiden said. How do you know it's not? Maybe God or the Tooth Fairy or whoever was just messing with us because they were bored and we needed to stand up for ourselves. Let them know we're not going to tolerate that shit anymore. We could test it out, Aiden said. We could go to Jerry's apartment for a while and see if anything weird happens. I whined. Do we have to go there? I was given a little reprieve, but now it's time to go back. Jerry asked me to back off a bit and let him handle things. You didn't actually do that, did you? I wouldn't trust him to run a lemonade stand, much less that crazy-ass life of his. Oh, I was still around, but I held back. I've spent a lot of time taking care of Amber. Amber? What kind of care are you taking? I did an awkward gyrating dance in my seat, like a dirty movie kind of taking care. Bow chicka wow wow. He rolled his eyes and laughed. No, never. She needed to be kept busy, but available. Why don't you just fold her up and stick her on a shelf when Jerry's not playing with her? Jerry's been busy, that's all. It happens with people. They get caught up in everything and occasionally need people to remain in a holding pattern for a little while. It's my job to keep them there and to keep them happy. I sighed. Honestly, Aiden, I'd rather not. It's late and I have to take all this crap home that I just bought and make ungifts. That's okay. I still have to go, but I have to ask, what are ungifts? Or do I even want to know? It's the dumbest thing, I said. The true vegan living folks are having an unholiday party, and we're ungifting, which means you create something from 100% recycled materials that you have just lying around, and you wrap it up in recycled paper of any kind. I didn't have anything good at home that I thought I could turn into a present, so I came here and bought a bunch of crunchy, hippie-looking craft stuff. Sounds like fun. Would you like some help later? Are you coming by yourself? No Jerry? I'll have no trouble leaving him behind. And no weirdness, no melting tables or anything. You've taken care of that by shouting at the heavens. Well, let's hope so. I'll see you later. Chapter 76. Jerry was glad to see Aiden that night. He didn't even ask him where he'd been over the last week or so. Daniel was setting the table for dinner and only looked up for a moment to glance at Aiden. He continued laying out plates and napkins without saying a word. Things are going great, Jerry told Aiden. The book is selling like crazy, and everywhere I go, people come up and want to shake my hand and get an autograph. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Aiden said. Have you made the decision that we discussed earlier? Decision. Yes, Aiden said, his eyes narrowing. You had a very important choice to make, remember? Oh, yeah, I've got that all worked out. Jerry walked down the hall, and Aiden followed. Upon reaching his closed bedroom door, Jerry turned to Aiden and smiled. He pushed the bedroom door open, and Aiden saw Justice sitting at the vanity, brushing her long hair. Aiden frowned. You've chosen Justice. Justice overheard the remark and giggled a little. Jerry told her to behave herself before closing the door again. Jerry and Aiden remained in the hallway. You try to narrow things down too much, Jerry said. A or B, this or that, black or white. Not everything has to go that way. I don't understand. Are you saying, I'll have my cake and eat it too? Jerry smiled. I want my Kate and Edith too, like the song says. That's what I'm saying. You're going to keep seeing both of them? Why not? Look, I've been totally open about the situation with Justice. She knows all about Amber and is completely fine with it. She knows we can't be together all the time, and it's cool. I take it you haven't been quite so open with Amber, Aiden said. There's no need to be if Justice is fine with seeing me when she can. You know what they say, what you don't know won't hurt you. Besides, that's what I have you for. You're supposed to keep me happy, and the way you can do that is to keep everybody involved happy. As long as Amber doesn't find out, everything's fine. Aiden sighed. Amber would never be okay with this, and you know it. Nothing I'm capable of will change that. You can handle it. I've seen you do all sorts of crazy things. How hard can it be to work this out? Jerry started to walk back toward the living room and then stopped. You'll work it out. That's it. You're here for me, and you have to do what I say. So do it. He gave Aiden a final nod and then called out, Justice, dinner's ready. Justice slowly pushed the bedroom door open and smiled when she saw Aiden. It's prime rib tonight, she said to him as she shimmied past to follow Jerry into the dining room. Aiden watched her walk away. Aiden, you coming? Jerry yelled. No thanks, he said as he entered the doorway to the dining room. It's becoming a bit too crowded around here. Jerry picked up a breadstick and waved it in the air like a conductor. Daniel looked on in disgust. You'll do the thing, right? We'll talk about it later, Aiden said. Enjoy your dinner. Chapter 77. I had no idea what to do with all the frou-frou crafty shit I'd bought. Nothing seemed to come easy anymore. Nothing involving imagination or creativity, anyway. Thank God for Aiden. He showed up just in time to save the day. I had all my materials spread out on the kitchen table when he arrived. He looked everything over and started grinning. What? I asked him. I'm seeing voodoo dolls. No, they might take offense to that. Call them peace dolls, then. Love dolls. Love dolls? Yeah, maybe not. We can make Christmas ornaments. No, they said we needed to avoid religious themes. I scrunched up a clump of raffia in my hand. I've been having a problem lately that I've never had before, I said. Aiden sat down at the kitchen table next to me. What sort of problem? I have no creativity. Like my imagination is gone or busted or something. I can't come up with stuff, and I've never had a problem with that. Yeah, a lot of the stuff I'd come up with would be stupid, but now I can't even come up with the stupid stuff. My mind, I don't know. It's just blank. Aiden stared at the table like he was trying to come up with an answer. I picked up a pipe cleaner and tapped him on the arm with it. What do you think it could be? I asked. Maybe you're just tired, he said. A change of scenery might do you some good. How about a trip to your grandparents' house? I mean, go visit them when? How about tomorrow? I could go with you. You really think that'll help? Even if it doesn't, I think you should go. His voice took on a weird tone when he said that, a bit more serious. Why? What's going on? It's almost Christmas. Do you have any plans to go see him before Christmas Day? They've never been big on doing a whole elaborate thing for Christmas. We usually just get together for lunch or something the following weekend. Then just call it a social visit, Aiden said. Do you have presents for him? I smiled. We could make him some voodoo dolls. Aiden reached into his suit pocket and pulled out a small velvet box. Sylvia would like this. I started to take it from him, but he pulled it back. Let's have Sylvia be the first to see it. What should I get Grandpa? Same thing as always, he said, reaching into his jacket pocket again. He produced a gift card for Cracker Barrel. Oh, you know us too well, I said. We decided to make coasters out of the raffia and necklaces from some of the wooden beads and ribbon. Then we wrapped the ungifts in old newspaper. I called Grandma and Grandpa the next morning, and we made plans to go visit them after lunch. Aiden was gone for the night. I don't know where he goes sometimes, but he came back in time to accompany me on the visit. They lived about an hour away, and it gave Aiden and me time to just talk, relax, and be together. He drove us there in his Corvette, which was fun. "This feels like old times," I said to him about halfway there. "It's really nice." "I've enjoyed it too," he said. "Your declaration must have worked, at least so far. When are you going to the ungifting, unholiday, unevent?" "That's this coming Monday night. We're meeting at a park. It's going to be cold as balls. Why can't we meet indoors?" "Why, do you want to go?" "Only if you want me to." "Can you do something about the cold?" "Of course." "That'd be cool." We rode in silence for several minutes. I felt him turn and look at me. "So?" "Huh? Am I invited?" I playfully slapped his leg. "Of course you are. Sheesh. But only because I'll keep you from freezing to death." No, I would love it." I get the feeling." "What feeling?" "I think I'd enjoy it more if I could be there with you." He was driving and kept his eyes on the road, but I could tell he was smiling. We had a nice visit. Grandpa was happy with his gift card. I asked Aiden if he remembered Grandma's present, and he pulled the little box out of his jacket pocket again. Grandma was sitting in her favorite recliner. It wasn't one of her better days. She spent the first half hour of our visit staring straight ahead at the TV, which was turned off. "Remember that day at the park?" Aiden asked me. "We both held her hands and she talked to us. Let's try that again." We were sitting on the sofa. Grandpa was in his recliner and started to get up. "Do y'all need me to do anything?" "No, Warren," Aiden said. "Thank you." Once again, we knelt down on either side of Grandma's legs. Aiden took one of her hands and I took the other. Instantly, she sat up and looked back and forth at the two of us. "There you are," she said, looking at Aiden. "Where have you been?" "I'm here too," I said, a bit irritated. "Your grandchild." "Are you taking me home today?" she asked Aiden. Aiden glanced at me quickly, then looked back at Grandma. "We're just here for a visit. I won't be taking you anywhere." "Look, Lydy's here too." Grandma was disappointed. "I thought you were the one. You're the magic man." Aiden smiled at her. "I'm sorry. Maybe I am the magic man, but there are some things that I just can't do." "Is she thinking she's somewhere else?" I asked Aiden. "I know where I am," Grandma said. "And where is that?" "I'm at the house, Miss Fussy Britches. It's almost Christmas and I'm ready to go." "Can I hold both of her hands for a moment?" Aiden took her hands in his. I sat back on the floor. "And you hold this." He handed me the little velvet box. "No peeking." Grandpa sat there watching all this, stunned by the transformation. Can I have a turn? I don't know what y'all are doing, but can I talk to her?" "Wait your turn," Grandma said like she was mad. "He's going to get me out of here." "Yes, you can," Aiden said to Warren. "Just a moment." He held Grandma's hands and leaned in closer to her. They stared into each other's eyes. "Lydy is here," he said slowly, "and she has a present for you. Let's enjoy today. Tomorrow brings whatever it brings." A chill ran down my spine. I looked up at Grandpa, but he seemed okay. He was still engrossed in the whole scene. "What are you saying?" I asked. "I'm not saying anything, except that we're here to have a nice visit," Aiden said, keeping his eyes on Grandma. "See Lydy? You see Warren? We're going to focus on them now." "Okay," Grandma whispered. Then they just stared at each other for a really long time. Something happened because I watched Grandma and Grandpa both sit back and relax at the same time. They both let out a sigh like they'd been holding their breath. "Wow," I said, but I didn't know why. I still had no idea what Aiden was doing. Grandma remained lucid even after Aiden let go of her hands. I guess whatever he was doing caused the spell, for lack of a better word, to continue. You should give her her gift now, Aiden said. I got up off the floor and onto my knees, holding the little heart-shaped box up to her. Darling, you don't need to be down there getting dust bunnies all over your pants so everybody knows I don't keep house. You can sit on the couch. I will, I said. Just take this first. She took the box and opened it. I couldn't tell at first what her reaction was. She held the box in her right hand and covered her mouth with her left. I looked to Aiden for an answer, but he didn't look away from Grandma. Lydy, this is beautiful. Come here. She hugged me so tight. Grandma never was a big fan of getting emotional or mushy, not even with family, so this moment was really shocking. Nice, but shocking. This is the best present I've ever gotten. Thank you. I don't know where you got this picture and don't remember anybody taking it, but I love it. I felt like it'd be stupid to ask her what the present was, but I still didn't know. Aiden came to my rescue after Grandma let me go, and I stood up. Sylvia, let me help you put the necklace on. He gently tried to take it from her. No, she said. Let me look at that picture one more time. I went over to the side of the recliner so I could see too. Then my emotions went crazy. Oh my, I leaned down. It was a silver locket with a picture inside. I'd never seen it before either. That's you, Grandma. You with Mom and Dad. Oh, you all look so young. I sniffed and wiped my eyes. Aiden handed me a tissue. Grandpa, look. Grandpa leaned over for a look. Oh, that's a doozy. That's a real good picture. You did good, Lydy. That's about all the emotion you were going to get from Grandpa. Grandma reached over and hugged my neck again. This is the best Christmas present I have ever gotten. Thank you. Aiden put the necklace around her neck and fastened it in the back. You can bury me in this, she said. Grandma, don't talk like that. Grandpa was just happy to hear her say anything. He got a chance to talk to her too, and it was so cool watching them interact. Aiden suggested that I take a few pictures of them while they talked, and I did. I had them printed out and framed for Grandpa Orly the following year. They're still sitting on a shelf in the living room at their house. I didn't want to leave there. We stayed quite a bit longer than we'd originally planned to. The goodbye was tough. Grandma was fading. Whatever spell Aiden had put on her appeared to be wearing off. Aiden said I should try to sleep a little on the way back home, and I didn't argue. The rhythm of the road and the hum of the engine was hypnotic and peaceful, but I kept seeing images of Grandma play out in my head like little clips from a movie. Just random scenes, some recent, some from years ago. She's not going to be here much longer, I said without opening my eyes. I felt Aiden take my hand. I'm so sorry, Lydy. I squeezed my eyes shut even tighter and felt hot tears welling up. I wish there was something I could do to help, he said, still holding on to my hand. You knew this was coming, I said. How did you know? I just knew. I can't stop it, but at least I can make sure you had one last visit. I opened my eyes and wiped the tears away. One ran down my chin and dripped on my blouse. I have to call Richard and tell him to go see her. He deserves one more visit, too. He's coming up tomorrow, Aiden said. He is. Did you... He suddenly felt the need to make a visit. I may have nudged him a little. Thank you for doing that. We rode in silence for a bit. I closed my eyes and tried again to relax, but it was no use. I sat back up. So are you just aware of all these things about all the people around you, or just certain people? I can obtain that information from almost anyone. You say you obtain it. It doesn't just come to you? What, do you have to fill out a form or something? No forms required, fortunately. It's almost like telepathy, like sending a thought out into the universe, and then it comes back to me. Grandma knows how long she's got, doesn't she? She asked me at the party at the park. She's known since then. Damn, imagine knowing when you're going to go. She asked me to tell her. I wasn't going to, but she's very insistent. Ha! Stubborn is more like it. Can you see how people are going to die? Sometimes. What about Grandpa? Or Richard? Or me? Lydy. No, never mind. I don't want to know how long I have. He sighed. You've experienced a great deal of loss in your life already. I thought about my parents and Uncle Dean. Yeah, you'll have to go through more. I sat there just letting that sentence marinate in my brain for a minute. So you're saying what? Just what I said. I won't go into any more detail than that. Oh, okay. It's hard to lose people you love, he said. I guess you've watched a lot of people go through that. Too many. But Lydy, your grandmother and I discussed something else at that party that you should know. What? She made me promise to look after you once she's gone. Did she really? That surprised me. She loves you. She doesn't say it out loud, but she loves you and worries about you a lot. Yeah, me here in the big city. No, she worries because you lost your mom and dad so young, and she's afraid that she didn't do a good enough job raising you. She also worries about you being all alone. She told you all that? Not literally, but remember, I know, you can read people's minds. She has one less worry now. Why's that? He squeezed my hand. You're not alone anymore. My heart leapt a little. I tried to brush it off. You're not here forever, I said. We pulled up to a stoplight, and he looked over at me. What if I could be? But you can't. Once you're done dealing with Jerry, that's it. You have to go on to your next assignment. He just looked at me with this weird little grin. The light seemed to stay red for a long time. What are you getting at now? I asked, kind of freaked out. The only way you could stay with me forever would be... Oh, nuh-uh. That's sick. Stop. The light turned green and we were moving again. I'm not trying to buy your soul, he said. But what if there was a way? How would you feel about that, honestly? It's not possible, I said. There's no point in talking about it. He clicked on the turn signal and zoomed around a Geo Metro. Well, there's no harm in exploring hypotheticals. Let's just say it was possible. How would you feel if I told you it was? Are you saying it is? Not literally, just a hypothetical. That'd be awesome. He turned to me and smiled. It wasn't one of those restrained little smiles that you normally see with him. It was a big toothy grin. His eyes were shining. But that's not the case, I said. Is it? His smile faded a bit and he turned to pay attention to the road. I don't understand why you won't just imagine it. You can, you just choose not to. Sure you do, I said. You understand. You can read my mind and you seem to know everything about me, so you know why. I don't, actually. There's just no point in dwelling on things that can never be, I said, exasperated. You know about all the loss in my life, right? I learned a long time ago that you have to accept things for what they are. No matter how much you wish you could change them, some things, they are what they are. I stopped myself. What do you wish? Aiden asked. I wish things could be different. I wish I wasn't afraid of being old and dying alone. I wish I didn't have to lose anybody else I cared about, human or otherwise. You'll never lose me. I sighed. Here we go again. You're gone as soon as Jerry dies. End of story. I can come visit. You know how good I am with multitasking. I could be anywhere in the world and still be here in the blink of an eye. You went 13 years without paying me a single visit. Now, what, you're going to pop in for lunch every day? I don't see that happening. You're scared, he said. The thought of letting anyone get close to you, human or otherwise, terrifies you. That's why you keep everyone at arm's length, and that's why you're alone. Damn, don't hold back. Tell me how you really feel. And anyway, I'm not totally alone. I see people at work and stuff. I know how to socialize. He gave me a look like, oh, please. What's your point then? Yes, I am basically on my own. Yes, I think about it sometimes. More so now than when I was younger. But if I really wanted to, I could go out and make, actual friends. I know how to be interesting and engaging and all that kind of shit. There's a difference between being alone and being lonely, too. Don't forget about that. Some of the loneliest times in my life were times when I was surrounded by people. I always had somebody in my face up there in Dalton Fisher at the church. I never felt so lonely in my life as I did up there. Surrounded by people and so lonely I wanted to die. I can promise you this, Aiden said. As long as you live, I'll be here for you. But why? You don't owe me anything. It's my choice. I'm here for you whenever you need me. I smiled. Call you and you'll be here in 1 second? He winked at me. You got it. I looked down and picked at some imaginary lint on my jeans. Well, I mean, that's cool. I breathed in deep and let out a sigh. We rode the rest of the way in this warm, cozy silence. Chapter 78. Amber called Jerry's apartment 3 times that day. Daniel took her messages and promised to give them to Jerry as soon as he arrived home. She asked Daniel if he knew where Jerry was, and she got no definitive answer. Daniel was trying to avoid the question. That much was obvious. He was answering her like a politician, and after 3 calls and getting nowhere, she gave up. Jerry had taken Justice to the mall to do a little Christmas shopping, and he was in no hurry to get back home. They had a late lunch, and then Jerry took her to Schiffman's jewelry store for a little surprise. They were there in the Humvee, Justice preferred it over the Roadster, and Jerry was so giddy just to be out with her. Wait till you see your present, he said as they approached the jewelry store. They have it all ready. I'm a really good customer, so they took good care of me and anybody with me. Justice looked straight ahead through enormous white sunglasses. He fidgeted with his keychain. So yeah, they know me really well at Schiffman's. Really well. She laughed. Stop trying so hard. You're a wealthy, good-looking man. There's no need to put on airs or whatever it is you're doing right now. I honestly don't know. Once inside the store, they were greeted immediately by 2 of the salesmen. Mr. McAvoy, right this way, one of them said, while the other man took their coats and offered them champagne. Jerry was struck by the sight of Justice seating herself on a stool at one of the jewelry counters. Her long white dress was slit up to heaven. Her leg peeked out and seemed to slither down the length of the stool, where his eyes came to rest on a silver stiletto heel. She looked over at him with a grin. Are you going to sit down? He cleared his throat and hurried over to the seat beside her, feeling like a bumbling oaf as he seated himself. He marveled at her ability to do it so gracefully in that dress and those delicious heels. Justice traced a fingernail along the glass countertop. Is this something you plan behind my back? She asked. Maybe. The salesmen walked toward the counter together with a black velvet case. They placed it gently on the countertop in front of Jerry and Justice. Sir, one of them said, almost in a whisper, would you care to inspect the items before the lady opens it? I would. He turned the case so Justice couldn't see inside, opened it, and made a show of studying the contents for several minutes before declaring everything to be acceptable. He took Justice's hand. I really enjoyed getting to know you, he said, and I hope you feel the same. I'd like to present you this early Christmas gift as a token of my affectionate feelings I have grown to be aware of for you, me. I feel that. I mean, she put a finger up to his lips and said with a smile, why don't you just stop there? Yeah, good idea. He closed the case and turned it toward her. So, Merry Christmas. Early Christmas. Justice opened the case. I hope you like it, Jerry said. She delicately touched the bracelet that lay inside the case, then lifted it up. Jerry offered to take it from there. Let me. He opened up the clasp and put the bracelet on her right wrist. Do you like it? He asked. Oh, it's lovely. And the earrings? I don't have pierced ears. Jerry was horrified at the mistake. How had he not noticed that? Oh no, he said, fumbling with the earrings in the case to see if they were pierced or clip-ons. They had posts. Oh God, I'm so sorry, honey. She laid a hand on his forearm. It's okay. We can convert those for you, one of the salesmen said. It's no trouble at all. We can take care of that in-store and have it ready by the end of the day. Oh, don't go to any trouble, Justice said. No, Jerry said, jumping straight up from his chair. You heard him. They don't mind. They do this sort of thing all the time, right? The salesman nodded. No, it's okay, she said. What I mean is, I don't really care for them and would never wear them, so there's no need to alter them in any way. Jerry was devastated. Are you saying that about just the earrings or the bracelet too? I'll keep the bracelet, she said. But do you like it? If not, I'll keep it. Thank you. Jerry looked to be on the verge of tears. What if we took the earrings out so you could get a better look at them? That's not necessary. I can see them just fine. And you don't? I don't care for them, no. Why not? They're gaudy. But they match the bracelet and you say you like the bracelet, Jerry said. I'm just trying to understand. Don't ruin the moment, Justice said. I only want the bracelet. One of the salesmen quietly closed the case with the earrings inside and took it away. The other salesman offered to show her some different earrings, but she politely declined. Jerry sat back down with a slump in his shoulders. What's the matter? Justice asked him. I feel like I failed, he said. I had it all figured out, and I saw in my mind how I thought it'd play out. Are the earrings really that bad? Justice glanced up at the salesman, who seemed more eager to hear the answer than Jerry did. The earrings are fine, she said. Really. They're just not my style. She stretched and arched her back. How about we head back to your place? We still have that trip to plan, remember? He smiled and perked up a little. I remember. He looked at the salesman. We're going to Vegas this weekend. Oh, the salesman said, hoping to get lucky? He thought about how that sounded and immediately apologized. Do you want to keep the bracelet on or wrap it up? Jerry said. I'll keep it on, she said. I hope Daniel's there. I can't wait to show it to him. Justice glided through the elevator doors as soon as they opened and looked around the apartment. Daniel came from the kitchen and was wiping his hands on a tea towel. She thrust her arm out for him to see. Like my new bracelet? She asked. Jerry just gave it to me. It's an early Christmas present. Daniel looked down at it, then over at Jerry. Lovely. You haven't finished your Christmas shopping yet, right? Justice waved her hand in Daniel's face to direct his attention back to her. Maybe you need better lighting to fully appreciate it. Come with me. She dragged him into the living room. This lighting's better. Look. She turned her wrist this way and that. These are all real diamonds. Jerry tried to give me some diamond earrings too, but I didn't like them, so we left them behind. I did offer to get her different earrings, Jerry said. It's nice, Daniel said. Nice? Jerry, how much did this bracelet cost? I'm not sure. Can you make an educated guess? I don't know, maybe $20,000? Justice turned to Daniel. Did you hear that? Yes. What do you think of it now? I think it's nice. The tension between the two of them was more than Jerry could bear. He likes it, honey. Hey, Daniel, why don't you go whip up some hot chocolate for us? I got chili out there. How does that sound? Justice straightened up and headed toward the bedroom. Maybe later. Jerry, you want to come help me change into something a little more comfortable? Cancel the hot chocolate, Jerry said, almost tripping over the coffee table to follow her down the hall. I don't think we're going to need it. Go ahead and take off, Justice called out to Daniel. We won't be needing you either. Jerry closed the bedroom door. Daniel stared down the hallway for a moment, then turned and walked toward the kitchen. He picked up the phone and dialed Amber's number. Amber, this is Daniel. I'm heading home for the evening, but I wanted to let you know that Jerry has returned home. Yes, I think he would love to see you. You're welcome. Goodbye. Daniel left the apartment immediately after hanging up. Chapter 79. I must have nodded off shortly before reaching Greensboro because I have no memory of our trip through town heading back to my house. The car coming to a stop in the driveway woke me up. I stretched to the best of my ability while sitting in the car. Why do trips like this leave me feeling so sleepy? I asked. Aiden adjusted his rearview mirror. I accidentally bumped it with my hand near the end of my stretch. It's something out of your comfort zone, he said. Plus the drive is a bit boring. I enjoyed it with you, I said. It went a lot faster than it normally does when I'm by myself. A gust of wind blew a whirlwind of leaves around just in front of the house. The sky was a uniform gray color. This weather's perfect for sleeping. Maybe I'll do just that. You're going to go visit your grandfather more often, Aiden asked, aren't you? He's really going to need you once Sylvia's gone. Absolutely, I said. A lot of my work can be done anywhere, and they have internet at the house. It's slow as hell because they live out in the sticks, but it'll work for emails or whatever. I could stay there for several days at a time if I needed to. He looked at me. I was starting to wonder if we were ever going to get out of the car. You'll take care of him? Of course I will. Why wouldn't I? But what is your motivation? Are you committing to doing this because you want to or because you feel obligated to? Because I want to. Aiden, I feel like you're getting at something, but I don't know what. Are you saying I'm too self-centered to actually do stuff for other people? No, you'll do it because you love your grandfather and care about him. You hate the thought of him being lonely. That's right. Which part? All of it. I do love him and care about him, and I hate the thought of him being there by himself. He smiled. Thank you. Thank me for what? I'm just glad to hear you say that. I was about to ask him what the hell he was talking about. I still don't know. When he held up a finger to stop me before I could open my mouth. I need to go, he said. Do you mind if I leave the car here? No, it's fine, but he tossed me the keys. Go take your nap, he winked at me, or take a drive. I'll be back. And with that, he vanished. I studied the keys in my hand and realized that the fob on the keychain contained a copy of the picture of us together at the True Vegan Living event. Such a little thing, but it made me smile when I saw it. I sighed and opened the car door. Yep, I said to myself, you know you're getting old when you choose a nap over a chance to drive your dream car. Chapter 80. Aiden appeared in the middle of a very unexpected scene at Jerry's apartment. Jerry was half naked and started yelling as soon as he saw Aiden. Justice was wearing a very flimsy robe, a bracelet, and a smile as she leaned against a bookshelf in the corner of the living room. What the hell is this situation? Jerry shouted at Aiden. I was about to ask you the same thing. Fix it! Aiden looked around the room. Just a moment. Amber was just here, Jerry said. She just left. Go catch her and fix this. Aiden looked back at the elevator, then turned to study the scenario in the living room. Wait, how did this happen? How could I have missed this? Beats the hell out of me, but go catch Amber before she leaves and do whatever it is you need to do to get everything back the way it's supposed to be. Go! Aiden vanished and appeared in the parking garage beneath the building. He spotted Amber walking quickly toward her car. Amber, wait! She turned around and looked at Aiden for a moment, then turned back and kept walking. Please, Amber, talk to me. I came down here alone. Jerry's not coming. It's just me. She stopped a few feet from her car but didn't turn around. There's nothing to talk about. Aiden approached her. I understand, and I am not here to change your mind. Please just tell me what happened. He reached out to offer her a tissue, and she took it. There's another woman up there, she said. Her voice was shaking. I walked in on him He's got somebody else up there. Now I know why I couldn't get in touch with him all day. She took another step toward her car, and Aiden put his hand on her arm. Let me drive you home, he said. You're upset. I'd hate for anything to happen to you. Amber looked at him for a moment, but made no move to remove his hand from her arm. A strange calm washed over her. She stared into his deep blue eyes. It's a stick, she said weakly. I can drive a stick. She turned to fully face him and then collapsed into his arms and sobbed. He held her gently and patiently, stroking her hair. I understand, he said. I'm so sorry that this happened. She looked up at him. Did you know? No, he lied. I had no idea. He must have been really good at hiding it. Amber backed away and wiped her eyes. So how long? Weeks? Months? The whole time I was with him? Where'd he meet her? It had to be at that nasty strip joint. Ugh. Gentleman's club, Aiden said under his breath. You have a lot of questions. That's to be expected. Let's get out of here. She unlocked the driver's side door and started to hand him the keys, then drew them back. You're not just doing this so you can report everything I say back to Jerry, are you? No, of course not. That's a valid concern, but don't worry. Everything you say will be strictly confidential. She handed him her keys. He walked her around to the passenger side, unlocked the door, and opened it for her. She pointed across the way before he closed the car door. Look, she said, there's this Humvee. He told me he got rid of it and was only driving the Roadster now. I guess he kept it so I wouldn't know it was him if I saw him in traffic. What a liar. He lies about everything. Aiden made a look of showing surprise. Huh, how about that? Let's get out of this place. He closed her door, got in on the driver's side, and they took off. Amber was quiet until they had driven several blocks away. Where to? Aiden asked her. I don't know. I don't care. Anywhere. Do you need to get back to your apartment? We could go to your place. Aiden fumbled and accidentally turned on the windshield wipers. He quickly turned them back off. My place? You don't want to go there. Why? It's hot. Hot and chaotic. That doesn't sound like you, she said. You're always so neat and tidy. Like you have everything in order. The opposite of Jerry, actually. Without you and Daniel, he'd be a total mess. Well, how about the park? Are you hungry? We could get a bite to eat somewhere. I'm not hungry. Can we just stop somewhere and talk? I don't really care where. Jerry was calling Aiden, yelling for him. Aiden ignored it. He pulled into the first parking lot at the Greensboro Arboretum and parked. Okay, he said. Ask me anything. Anything? Well, maybe. We'll see. Who is she? Her eyes started welling up with tears again. Amber, I truly don't know. I don't know where she came from or what the story is or anything about her personally. Did he meet her at Pure Platinum? From what I gather, yes. So she works there. I'm not sure about that, but I know he's seen her there. How long has he been seeing her? I don't know. She sat back in her seat and huffed. What good are you? No offense, but you really don't seem to be any help to me. I'm sorry. I wish I could tell you more. She stared out at a couple taking a walk on the paved path just ahead of them. They were pushing a stroller. What's her name? She whispered as if the words were painful to speak. Justice. Justice? Justice what? I don't know. I think it's her first name. It's probably not her real name if she works at the club, Amber said. You know, several of my friends warned me not to date him. They said something like this would happen. It's inevitable. He has all this money and everybody knows him. I see women checking him out everywhere we go. I guess one of them got to him. Oh. What is it? Aiden asked. Are there more? Is she the only one? I bet she's not. She's the only one I know of. One's enough, Amber said. If he wants her, he can have her. Screw him. She started crying again and it made her angry. She kicked the underside of the dashboard. Screw him! Jerry was still calling for Aiden. He continued to ignore it. Okay, Amber. He took both of her hands in his. What would make you feel better right now? Right this moment. Don't overthink it, just answer. She looked down at his hands. His nails were always clean and trimmed. His hands almost totally covered hers and looked so strong. The feel of his skin on hers was intoxicating, somehow both thrilling and relaxing at the same time. Ice cream, she said, though that wasn't what she was thinking. Anything else? Ice cream and that's all. He took her to Yum Yum Better Ice Cream. She chose a sugar cone with a scoop of mint chocolate chip, and Aiden had a waffle cone with 2 scoops of butter pecan. This is so good, she said about halfway through. I've lived here my whole life, and I've never been here. Can you believe it? Lydy brought me here once, Aiden said. She discovered it while she was at UNCG. The hot dogs are good. I didn't know she went there. How long have you two been together? It's complicated. I can't really give you an answer. He licked the dripping ice cream off the cone and added, but I feel like I've known her forever. He stared out the window. Thousands of years. Funny you should say that. How come? Jerry said that exact same thing to me the night of the dinner party. The one where he got up and sang that first time? Yeah. We were talking after everybody left that night, and he said, I feel like I've known you for 1,000 years. Huh. I think he felt like I was a sure thing, like he had me where he wanted me and I'd never leave no matter what he did. I'm really sorry that it worked out this way. I thought we had something special. You know, he did seem kind of distracted for the past few weeks, but he always has so much going on that I figured he was just super busy. Well, he was busy, just not in the way I thought. They finished up their ice cream and walked back out to Amber's car. I feel better already, she said. You have this calming way about you. Thank you. She leaned in and gave Aiden a hug and seemed to be in no hurry to let go. Finally, Aiden pulled away. Lydy's very lucky, she said. Aiden smiled but looked away. Not half as lucky as I am. You really love her, huh? He looked back at her, a dreamy expression on his face. Thousands of years. It gives me hope, she said. Hope. Yeah, hope for me. Maybe one day I'll actually find that one special guy. He took her hand and kissed it. Aiden shivered, feeling an electric pulse surge up her arm. Wow, that's some crazy static. He hugged her close again and whispered into her ear, You will find love, real love. You will be happy. She offered to give him a ride home, but he declined. He watched her drive away, knowing he'd never see her again. Goodbye, Amber, he said, standing there on the sidewalk. Go find your happiness, my friend. Jerry was losing his mind back at the apartment. Justice watched him pace back and forth in the living room, pulling on his hair and smacking random objects within reach. Settle down, she said, sipping on a glass of sweet tea and lounging on a fainting couch. You said Aiden's good at taking care of problems, right? What are you so worried about? He stopped pacing and glared at her. She walked in on us. I was buck naked. So that should have never happened. Yeah, he's good at solving problems, but this is something he should have stopped before it even happened. She slowly rose to her feet, setting her glass on a nearby table. Hey, it's okay. He's the magic man. I'm sure he'll have everything smoothed out in no time. He's not answering me. What do you mean? I keep calling and calling him, and he's not answering. I haven't seen you call anybody, Jerry. Are you feeling all right? No, I mean, I have called. I've been calling when you weren't looking, like out of the room. You couldn't see, but I've been trying to call him. I've been right here the whole time, she muttered. He pointed at her glass. Your tea. I called when you went into the kitchen to get something to drink. Really? What phone did you use? He slapped at his legs out of habit and then remembered he was wearing shorts with no pockets. They were the closest item of clothing available when Amber walked into his room earlier. I called on my cell phone. He looked around the room. Where'd I put it? She approached him and put her arms around his neck. I know what will calm you down, she whispered in his ear. He gently removed her arms and continued pacing. I just want to know what's going on, he said. Why hasn't he brought her back here yet so we can talk? If I could just talk to her. Maybe I shouldn't be here, Justice said. I imagine it'd go better if you two were alone. He stopped pacing. That hadn't even occurred to him. You know, that's not a bad idea. I hate to ask you to go, but the elevator doors opened. Jerry didn't even hear it coming. Aiden stepped out. Jerry looked past him into the elevator car. Where's Amber? She's not coming, Jerry. What do you mean? I mean, she's gone, Aiden said. Jerry glanced back at Justice, then watched the elevator doors close. Bullshit! What, is she playing hard to get or something? Do I need to send her some flowers? What am I supposed to do? She's gone, Aiden said firmly. She's never coming back. Did you kill her? Aiden laughed in surprise at the question. I beg your pardon? Did you kill her? That's the only way she'd never come back here. Aiden noticed that Justice was watching him very closely, but still smiling. No, he thought, that's not a smile. That's a smirk. He understood why Daniel disliked her. I didn't kill her, Jerry. What a ridiculous question. What'd you do to her then? Nothing. I just talked to her. You were supposed to get her back up here so we could work this out. Justice walked up to Jerry. I'm going to head on out. Are you going to go like that? He looked down at her gauzy robe and bare feet. She pinched his cheek. No, don't be silly. I'll go change. She winked at Aiden. Excuse me. She slinked off down the hallway toward the bedroom. What did she say? Jerry asked Aiden. She's heartbroken, Jerry. She couldn't believe you'd do something like that. Jerry sighed and walked over to the sliding doors leading out onto the balcony. He looked out at the world. This should have never happened, he said calmly. That's it. There's nothing else to say. You screwed up, and now everything is ruined. He turned to face Aiden. I want a refund. Aiden laughed. A refund? Yeah, a refund. I'm entitled to it, don't you think? I made a deal with you. Amber and I were supposed to be together. Well, that's not going to happen now, which means you didn't hold up your end of the bargain, so I get my stuff back. My soul. You may have a case for a refund if that had been the agreement, Aiden said. You traded your soul to have a chance with Amber. It was up to you to make the most of that chance. Nothing was guaranteed. People have free will, and even I can't force someone to do things against their will. Even you, Jerry said with a disgusted laugh. Yes, even me. I can nudge them one way or the other, but ultimately, people make their own decisions. That applies to Amber, you, and every other person on this planet. So you're saying there's nothing you can do? Justice reappeared fully dressed. That's what it sounds like, she said. Jerry jumped at the sight of her. Hey, are you taking off? We were just having a private business discussion. She traced her finger across his chest. In the future, I'd wait till everybody was gone before getting into any private business discussions. She looked at Aiden and smiled. You never know what secrets might get out. Aiden and Jerry watched her get into the elevator, wave goodbye, and disappear behind the closed doors. I would limit my time with her if I were you, Aiden said. But you're not me. Free will, remember? Anyway, back to my question. You're saying there's nothing you can do about Amber, correct? That is correct. Jerry shrugged. Cool. See ya. I'm sorry? You can go. You're fired. It doesn't work that way, Jerry. Sure it does. I don't want you coming around here anymore, and you have to do what I say, so I want you to leave this apartment and never come back here. You're not thinking clearly. You're upset about Amber, but you shouldn't make snap decisions just because you're upset. Go. You've pretty much done everything you can for me anyway. Having you here didn't prevent the one thing from happening that I feared the most, so what good are you to me anymore? Aiden glanced at his watch and sighed. You do understand that our agreement still stands, whether I'm around to personally assist you or not. I do. Whatever. I'll make the most of it somehow. I'm really disappointed in you. I thought you were all right. A pretty cool dude. How could you let this happen? How could I let this happen? Jerry, I told you that Amber would never accept the idea of you seeing other women. You were the one who continued to do just that, even going all over town with her and inviting her up here to your apartment. You had to know that Amber could see you and Justice together at any point. It's almost as if you wanted it to happen. You were supposed to make it all okay, Jerry cried. You're the magic man. You fix my problems. Magic man? Yeah. You've never called me that before. What, magic man? It's just something Justice called you while you were out failing to get Amber back up here. Justice called me that? What difference does it make? Look, it's over. It's all over. I don't want your help anymore. No help at all. I think you've done enough. So yeah, you can go. Aiden pressed the elevator call button. Okay. I guess that's it then. Goodbye for now, Jerry. For now? No, for good. Aiden stepped into the elevator. Oh, no, he said, turning to face Jerry. The next time will be your last in more ways than one. And we're going to stop there. So we'll pick up next time on Chapter 81. Thank you so much for listening. I really hope you enjoyed this segment of my story, and I will see you again next time.